Hello, welcome to all my beautiful, vibrant souls who are Aries or have big Aries placements. Welcome to your month ahead love predictions for the month of February 2024. So I'm super excited to get into it. So far, all of the groups have had some really interesting themes. There's been, a variety of different storylines kind of coming through. So I'm excited to see what you guys get. With that, let's jump in. We're going to pull a card to, wow. I was going to say we're going to pull a card to start to look at your overarching okay, sorry, we're fine. Your overarching theme for the month, and one immediately fell out. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So some of you, you're wondering, if somebody you're with is your soulmate. Serves as confirmation. For some of you, this doesn't necessarily have to be somebody you're with, but there's somebody that you're thinking about, and that's like, you already have an inkling. And for others, if you're going to be meeting this person this month, I'm feeling this instant recognition. Like this could be like love at first sight kind of an energy. If you subscribe to that whole idea. But yeah, so there is some powerful connection energy coming through for you for the month of February, which is nice because some of the groups, they're really like more about kind of self-love or about like boundary setting. I'm going to share what comes through regardless of what it is, but the fact that this is yours and it fell right out immediately, I feel like that's why there's some type of like strong bond here, right? If you are already with this person, you might be taking things to the next level. If you guys are in a strained situation or possibly separation, this person could be coming back because they know you're their soulmate. And if you've yet to meet this person, again, there's that instant recognition. You guys just click right away. So I did pull another card, but I want to look at this card but not take it. Pride. Okay, so for some of you, this person's a Leo. That Leo-Aries connection is potent, right? So for some of you, this person is a Leo. For some, if this is a separation situation or things have just been really strained and difficult, there was definitely some pride getting in the way. This could go both ways, but there is definitely some pride. This person hasn't come back around. This person hasn't said something or, like done what you need them to do because there's a little bit of stubbornness. What's at the bottom? Spiritual partnership. I mean, come on, dude. But I feel like that's coming to an end. I feel like that's closing out. I'm trying to feel for those who are in separation or it's a strained situation, who makes the first move. And I'm not picking it up strongly one way or the other. We'll look at what comes out. Excuse me. But I do feel that one of you will be strongly making a move toward the other, and the other party will be very receptive to that. Like even if you've been separated for some of you, it's 2 years. Even if you've been separated for 2 years, it's like you guys just like magnetically drawn back together. Now, for those of you where you're in a strong connection, I do feel like your person is very proud of the relationship you've built together. This might be where they've never had a connection like this. They've never had this kind of feeling. Also, side note, for those of you in separation, this person's really proud of what you've done in your life in the time that you've been apart. That's a side thing. But for those of you who are in like a solid connection, this person's very proud of the relationship that you've built. Like I said, they might not have really ever done that before or had a connection that they feel. I'm almost getting this energy that this person has been maybe cautious in love or like cautiously optimistic, but a little part of them is always held back or been skeptical. And there is just like nothing but pure, free-flowing love. And I think that might be the first time that they've ever experienced that. It's not like, they didn't experience unconditional love before, but it's like unconditional belief in love. And that belief in the idea that love can happen, love like that can happen to them. Excuse me. And for those just meeting this person I feel like is going to be very proud to be seen with you. This person, I don't know, I was getting this energy, like I bagged them. This person, like if they, you guys like hit it off and you decide to go on a date, it's just really like instant chemistry. They're like, yes, okay, they picked me. Yes, they said yes to me. Woohoo. So I really like that. That's really, really lovely. So let's see what you actually got. Financial discipline. Okay. This person might be working hard on their finances. This person might work in some type of financial capacity. So work as an accountant, work at a bank. I don't know why I said that like that. Work at a bank. For some, if you're in separation with this person, financial issues could have been playing a really, really big role. For those of you who are in a pretty solid connection, I do feel like your person might be kind of starting to talk about the next level, talk about more commitment. But there's either like there's like, okay, you know, I want to be taking these steps. So, you know, after I get that promotion, after I get that raise, there's some kind of financial work that needs to be done here. But we have pink and green, which are both colors of the heart chakra. And so I do like to see, and especially if 48 reduces down to a 3, I think you guys are going to have a really good heart-to-heart about how you feel about each other. So even if you kind of have different ideas about how to take the next step, like maybe they feel like they need to, you know, be at a certain level in their career first, and that's not really hugely important to you. You don't feel like that's necessary in order to take the next step. The core of the conversation is going to be centered around the beautiful love that you have for each other. So I do feel like any differences in that regard are going to be smoothed over pretty nicely. Excuse me, sorry. And like I said, for those of you just meeting this person, excuse me, I'm sorry. There could be some type of aspect of like financial involvement. Like you meet them when you're dealing with something having to do with your finances. For some, this is really weird. Even though this isn't really financial discipline, I'm seeing like you're like going through like checkout, or you're out and about and like accidentally dumping stuff out of like your purse or wallet. I don't know, because I'm seeing change falling all over the floor and somebody helping you to pick it up. For some, you're gonna be like going to a class or like a group to kind of like help you with your financial management, and that's where you're going to meet this person. For some, you have some type of similar interest, belief, you work in the same field. This person could be, and you're like looking for investors or for collaborators. This person could also kind of be looking for that, or be looking to invest in somebody. So it might be a capacity kind of like that. But I'm so sorry. Hang on, folks. Allergies and asthma. Let's pull some tarot and get a greater look, because this is quite lovely. You guys have a good energy going on. It's not this one. What is it then? Okay, it's this one. Sorry. The Lover's at the bottom. Come on. All right. So this is like very likely your counterpart. Soulmate, twin flame, whatever term you like to use. Person that you want to put up with forever. For some, this person has chosen you. This person has come to the awareness that you play a very special role in their life, that you, again, it's kind of like this level where for some, this person may not have believed, it's like they believe in that kind of love, but they may not have ever believed that that was going to happen for them, that they could love so hard and love so freely. Temperance. Beautiful. Sagittarius energy showing up. Page of Wands. Okay, a lot of fire in your reading. I'm not surprised. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Ten of Pentacles. This is what I mean. I feel like there might be ways where it's like an opposites attract kind of energy. Same thing with the Lovers here. Excuse me. But more than anything else, I feel like there is a spiritual harmony between the two of you. What is this Temperance? I'm going to honor the fact that I wanted to reach for this. Okay, what is Temperance about? It's not that one. For some, this person's been waiting a long time to meet somebody like you. Yeah, completion. Okay, that's what it is. There's a sense here where they've been doing a lot of spiritual work in preparation. What's behind it? Yep, love. They've been doing a lot of work in preparation for a relationship like this, and it's kind of like, I can't believe it happened, and I can't believe it feels this intense. Again, it's this feeling of like, I can't believe I can feel so much. Patience. Exactly. This person, that's Temperance all day. This person's had to be very, very patient. Patiently waiting. And that's why if this person's new to you, this person's gonna know it's you. This person might almost kind of like want to launch rather quickly into commitment. So, you know, do with that as you will. But there's a sense here, this person might want you to meet their family like really quick. So if this person is new, they're going to recognize you and they're going to be like, this is what I've been waiting for. Meeting you is going to hit them like a speeding train. Like, it's going to hit hard. Now, for those of you who are in a solid connection, kind of like we were talking about, there is an element of patience that's going to be needed, right? But there is still enthusiasm about the future, right? The Page of Wands and the placement is launching themselves at the Ten of Pentacles. So this goes back to what we were talking about with that financial discipline, where I feel for those of you in a committed connection, this person's going to kind of want to affirm, like, yeah, you're my person. I see it all with you. I want it all with you. And they're going to be kind of talking about what that looks like, right? How they envision that. And so they want to convey the passion and enthusiasm that they have, while also being kind of practical and realistic about the material aspect, right? Where are we going to live? What are your thoughts about kids? Like, you know, how are we going to get our families to get along? Whatever the things are that need to be addressed and dealt with, there's a sense of like they want to kind of find balance between those two. And that's also very much a temperance theme. Find balance between the fact they want to make sure you know that any hesitancy, any pause is not due to a lack of passion or determination to make this happen together. Just solely, you know, the when and the how. Now, for those of you who are in like a strained connection or separation, I don't know why I giggled at that. You may have had to be very patient with this person. For some, it's taken a long time because there's been healing. You both have had to heal separately. And this person is going to be coming forward and again, launching themselves. I want to kind of get a feel for if you guys are in separation, because I was saying I couldn't tell who was approaching who. So with the Page of Wands, I'm going to clarify to kind of get a sense of who's going to be the one making the move. I will say with temperance, this is balance. So if one person was always reaching out first, wanting to have those conversations, trying to advance the relationship, I feel it will be the other person coming in, right? And vice versa. Whoever was sort of like, because this is, again, balance is restored. So let me see, with the Page of Wands, who's going to be really making this move first? The High Priestess, so there could be, if there's a Pisces in the mix, could be them. The letters J and B are here, so that might be significant for some of you. The Hierophant, we also have Taurus showing up. And the Four of Wands at the bottom. So I think the person who's going to be making the move is somebody who, you know, what you could have been waiting for was for them to kind of get out of a commitment. But what I'm feeling like more than anything else is that this person was keeping their thoughts about commitment, about marriage, possibly in general, possibly with you in particular. They were keeping that to themselves. They were keeping it a secret. You could have felt like they were kind of like secretly assessing you to see if you were going to be, you know, if you were going to be like good long-term, because this person's looking at the long-term. So you could have felt like they were kind of secretly assessing you or testing you even to see if you were going to be a good fit for the long-term. This is somebody you have an incredibly spiritual connection with. We saw that with spiritual partnership, but these are two incredibly spiritual players here, like two characters is what I meant, who are very spiritual, as is Temperance actually. But the High Priestess and the Hierophant go together kind of the way that the Emperor and the Empress go together, right? They work together as a team and they are equally powerful in their own right, and they're supposed to be working together. This could be somebody who, you know, so I always think about the fact the High Priestess draws down, you know, insight and intuitive information from the spirit realm. And she doesn't really share it with you until you're ready to know. She reveals it to you and kind of lets you do with that what you need to do. She's not really like instructing you. It's kind of like, this is the information because you're ready to know, have at it. Whereas the Hierophant is kind of like the one teaching the public, you know, bringing information out to the public, instructing people about spiritual and moral concepts, really talking a lot about values, stuff like that. You know, very active in their community. So they're a partnership in the sense that this is the person who tends to be more, you know, like this is the person who draws the information down, you know, kind of shares it with the Hierophant, who then disseminates it to the public, right? The feminine energy principle, the masculine energy principle. So I feel like, you know, since both came out, there's a sense here that the person making the move is again like The person who is usually kind of more reserved or keeps to themselves, they're finally going to be coming out with how they feel. And with the Hierophant here, the Four of Wands at the bottom, particularly how they feel about commitment and how they feel about commitment with you. What it is that this could be where like this person has kind of kept it to themselves. And again, intuitively, you kind of know, because intuitively you guys are a perfect match. There might be some like telepathy here. Intuitively, like neither of you can kind of, you know, land a blow against the other. Like you're evenly matched. And so you may have known that this person was kind of like just observing you, or holding back on something. There's information that you wanted and at the time needed to hear, and it felt like they were withholding that. Now they're going to be giving that to you because you've completed a healing cycle. Now they're going to be coming forward to talk to you, and it does look very positive with the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. What is this person going to want to share with you? The Five of Wands, what was getting in the way? Why they might have been kind of reserved or skeptical. They could have had a big wake-up call. Six of Swords. This is likely a family situation that needed healing. They may have had to cut ties with something, or kind of like, give up the ghost, cut their losses, and finally move on. Ace of Cups, yeah. But they're in a much better emotional place than they were before. A much better emotional place where they can give to you equally, but they can also recognize you as a soulmate. In this particular deck, you see we have a pink house here? This is the same house that's on the Seven of Swords in this deck. So for me, this person can finally be done sort of, whenever I see houses, this represents sort of like our inner world for me. Their inner world is no longer defined by self-sabotage. Essentially, they are at a place where they've done enough healing. They may have gotten away from some chaotic people and influences where they can not only come to the table much more peacefully and renewed and refreshed emotionally, but that's where they're able to truly see you as a soulmate and be able to step up and be contributing equivalently to a relationship. And they're going to be talking about that. They might kind of share some issues they've had with family. There could be issues around a previous marriage, potentially, issues around, even if like there was like a divorce in their family, that may have really like messed them up a lot and kind of like impacted it. You know what it's giving me? It's giving me the energy of like, after, like there may have been like a nasty divorce that they bore witness to, and it's kind of like, I can only really give this a try once. And if it's kind of like that was, they only have two shots and they already watched one fall apart, and that kind of destroyed their belief in like soulmates or in love, or things like that high vibrational partnership. So they're very, very cautious about taking that step themselves, because it's like, if I pick someone and it ends like my parents did, like my my sibling and their partner, if it ends whatever, it might be my grandparents, if it ends like that, that's it. I won't believe in love anymore. So I have to be very careful. And they've done a lot of healing. They've increased their emotional resiliency, I feel. So they're going to be coming forward to talk to you about this. And I feel make you a very substantial offer. For some of them, again, in the time that you were separated, they were really working on stabilizing their finances. And that may have been a huge theme as well. So for those of you who are single, and this is somebody that you're meeting, again, we have Temperance, Page of Wands. Oh, I think I kind of already sort of talked about that. Yeah, Temperance, Page of Wands, and Ten of Pentacles. I want to figure out a little bit more about this person. Like I said, for those of you who are single, this is going to like hit this person like an absolute like freight train. That they could say like, this is love at first sight, this is my person. Yeah, because the Nine of Pentacles, this person might be very, with financial discipline, very financially comfortable, very independent. But this is kind of where it is, right? The 9 and then the 10. They've achieved a lot on their own. They are in a good place. They're independent. They're loving their life. They're happy with what they have. And now, excuse me, now they want that last pentacle. Now they want, excuse me, now they want somebody to share it with. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry. This might be something where this person almost has no words to describe some of these feelings or some of this experience, because like all of a sudden my voice is just like deuces. So let's see. The Three of Cups, you can meet them at a social outing. You can meet them at a night out. For some in the financial district, the King of Pentacles, yeah, exactly. This person's very financially stable. Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Hermit. heavy on the Virgo energy. So just with the Nine of Pentacles showing up and the Hermit, like I said, this person's very independent, but they're also very social. They might kind of tend to be more on their own. But when you meet, like maybe a friend, a mutual friend introduces you, a friend talked them into going out that night. And it's kind of, they could be celebrating when you meet them. So maybe they got a new job, or something happened, their business is doing really well. Could be during, even though this is the sun, I saw it as a full moon. You could meet this person during the next full moon. But there's a sense here where this person, like I'm not doing this, there's a sense here where this person's in a really like beautifully stable place in their life. They're in a place to be able to be generous and supportive of others, be helping other people. Like I said, they could own their own business or be like in a management role. But they serve to be a foundational energy for others, to guide others. And this person, this person has worked really hard on developing themselves and pursuing their success in their empire, because the King and Queen of Pentacles rule the empire that is the Ten of Pentacles. And now they're looking for somebody to share it with, right? They're like, I've done all this. Now I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to bring it all home here and have somebody to share it with. So this person's now kind of turning their focus a little more toward a significant relationship. I feel like that's a realization that they kind of came to, or they're coming to before you guys meet. Excuse me, which is why when you guys meet, again, it's like, they know what they want, or they might believe that, like, they might believe in like some type of soulmate, but it's like then it happens, and this person might kind of just like they've been waiting for this, right? And so this person might be a great manifester and like may manage to manifest you into their life rather quickly. But there's a sense here where like this person, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about these things now. And by the time you guys meet, they're just like, oh, hell yeah, let me in. Like, I'm going that way. I'm going for it. This person's very good about getting clear with their intentions. And this person also likes to be honorable with their intentions, meaning they're consistent, they're congruent. But this person takes time to get clear with their intentions. And so they're able to achieve that relatively quickly. Excuse me. So I do like that quite a lot. That's really, really lovely. And the last thing I want to look at is for those of you in a committed connection where this person wants to take the next step, I do kind of want to get a better feel of what that next step is. The Five of Swords. Okay, this could be something that you guys have argued about before, or there's just been some tension. Strength, yeah, okay. Leo energy showing up. And the Nine of Cups. Excuse me. The Knight of Cups. This could be where this person, they had a personal goal they've been wanting to pursue. And I feel like there might have been, whether you guys had a straight up argument about it, or there's just hints, or there's just tension in the air. There may have been kind of a thing of like, when are we going to take the next step? When are you going to commit? When are you going to, whatever that next step is for you guys. And this person was kind of like, maybe stalling, or there was some other kind of stuff in the way. It's like, when are we going to take this to the next level, right? And so, there's, like I said, there's been tension. There may have been outright fights. This could be with you. They could be having fights with like a family member about the relationship, and it then kind of trickles over into tension about the relationship itself. But what this is really kind of saying is that you had to be patient, and you've waited, and you've this is always about digging deep and finding the better qualities in the heart space. So our forgiveness, our compassion, our patience, our resiliency. You guys have had to work through issues together, and I feel like it's strengthened your bond pretty significantly. So what this person's going to be offering is that next step of commitment, right? And this person, again, might kind of be like, I'm trying to... I feel like it came across, whatever it was they were chasing, like it was just them being really self-focused at the expense of the relationship. And they're going to be explaining a little bit like, yeah, I was trying to kind of like, chase that promotion at work, but it was because I want to be able to start a family. I want to be able to buy a house together. I want to get married. They're going to be sharing that in a more honest way. And so they're going to really be like talking about, how do we take the next steps? What does that entail? Yep. Ace of Pentacles. They're going to be talking about, the next solid, secure. There could be like a material gift attached. I see somebody being handed keys. So again, like a living situation. Ace of Pentacles can represent, an engagement ring. Ace of Pentacles for me is also a baby card. So for some of you, this is like, you're talking about, you know, having a family, when you'd want to do that, maybe how many kids, you're mapping it out, right? And this is because this person with soulmate, you know, is really aware of the fact that you're their soulmate, and they want you to know that they know, and that is, you know, what I'm hearing is that's worth everything to them. That's worth waiting for. That's worth planning for. That's worth doing the work for. And so they want to be able to have a really open, honest conversation with you about that, because they don't want you going a single second more without, and it could even be an argument that sparks this like deep heart to heart, right? They don't want you to go a single second more without knowing how important you are to them. So I do feel like this is going to be a very beautiful, harmonious month for love. So that's everything that I've got for you guys. This has been a really good reading. I like this a lot. There's a lot of beautiful energies for you. But I am wishing you a safe, happy, healthy month ahead. And I will hopefully see you soon. Take care. Bye.